WRFG 89.3 FM, Ruff, rugged and raw programming. Around Dirty Radio, your boy VIC XL. Man, it's a madhouse in the building.
It is. It's crazy, man. Shout out to everybody checking this out, man. It's crazy right now. Yes.
I got my guy BLIZM in the building. Hold on.
What's happening?
I stole this from my man BLIZM K-100 because I be listening to K-100. I'm a biter. You know,
Bite Atlanta.
Yeah, you know it's Bite Atlanta, so we can steal whatever.
You're right. It's rules of the road at this point. But you know what I'm saying? No.
When you steal from your friends, it's not so bad. It's like paying homage.
Right.
So BLIZM has a bunch of sound effects. I have one, and
what you got? Hey, all right, you on deck. Round of applause.
No,
he was smart enough to catch it. What you said?
Round of applause. Yeah.
How you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. I'm so happy to be here, man. You know, this is extended family right here for me, man. You know, just got a real affinity in my heart for 89.3. Everything they do for the culture, everything Vic has personally done for me as an artist. You know what I'm saying, from day one. Just again, I always say that every time I come here because this was the first person who had a store who held my music as an artist, you know, with Backstage Music back in the day when he had the store.
Rest in peace.
And yeah, ever since then, bro, it's just been all love, man. You know what I'm saying? So you was at the beginning of my grind and you still here with me, man. I just got a lot of love and respect for you, bro. I appreciate the support.
And man, you are, and I say this on air, the hardest work. There are a lot of internet radio stations.
There's a lot of them.
And you know what? Back in the day, you made me not want to have an internet radio station.
I was trying to. That was not my mission at all.
No. What I mean is, you made me not want to have one because, like, I seen a lot of internet radio stations that inspired me.
Right.
Because I love radio, and if I could have it my way, I would do radio every day. But I want to do it at this level. Like,
right.
I've never had desires of doing commercial radio.
Right.
Because I can't be Vic then. I would be somebody else in a box. And I got in radio at an age where my opinion was too strong, so it would never work.
Right.
But I always said I wanted to do internet radio for my voice to be heard and da-da-da-da. So I had people at the time who I'm like, okay, cool. And I jumped in and I was like, I felt like, you know, I'm in this thing dancing.
Right.
And these people ain't got jobs. I'm like, okay, I'm competitive with these jobs.
Right.
And then you came. And your work ethic, and I'm going to say this, and you treated your radio station like a record.
Yes.
You treated your radio station how an independent artist should treat his records.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I watched you grow from, I remember you hitting me one time. We hadn't spoken in a while, and I think I got an email from you or a call. I don't know what it was, but you was talking about when you was just doing the blog talk, and you might have been on episode 5.
Right, early on, yeah.
And you had the bird finger. I remember getting this email.
The early ones.
And I'm like, what is
That's the first 100 episodes or so. We had 800 now, but yeah.
And I remember calling in, listening, thinking like, these folks off the chain. I felt like you was at a grocery store just talking to people in line. I don't know, but it was really, really dope.
Yeah.
And I've watched you just progress. And I remember, man, you had a conversation. They show you these interviews with my friends is different than, you know, so if y'all want to know where he from and all that, you ain't gonna get that.
Right.
I remember you had a setback a couple years ago when somebody stole your stuff.
Right.
And he's like, hey, bro, you took some time off. He's like, but I'm just gonna come back even harder.
Yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, he can't come back harder because he killing it. And when you came back, I'm like, you know what? I'm a radio show. I do not want nobody calling me a radio station because it's disrespectful to what you do.
Right.
Because you work so hard at what you do.
Well, I appreciate it, man. I remember what you're talking about, and I had several incidents that happened, man. You know what I'm saying, that pushed me over to just doing radio. You know what I mean? And I'll be honest with anybody that's listening. The first thing was, I love music so much that I got to the point where I wasn't having fun anymore. I wasn't inspired anymore. You know what I'm saying? And that was my first motivating factor for me to try something else. You know, when I dropped the Cinema Me in 2012, and I put that project, I put thousands and thousands of dollars in. I put my all into the grind. You know what I'm saying? I went all out with that particular project because I believed in it so much. And not that it didn't fail, because, I mean, unlike most independent projects, I actually made money off that. You know what I'm saying?
That's all that matters.
Yeah, you know, because I had my own studio, and because I'm a producer and I had relationships, I had a low overhead, you know what I'm saying? But I put all that into it, and I just didn't get the response that I felt like I probably warranted. Of course, everybody feels like they're the hottest out, and so everybody feels like you need to be rock with me because I'm just the hottest out, whatever. It wasn't necessarily that. It was just that, you know what, that was my sixth project. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, at this point, I gave my all to all of them. You know what I'm saying? And I put that one, I put a whole bunch of money and time into promotion, release parties, everything, man. Shows, we was doing the most, and it was a ball. It was epic. Shout out to everybody who was rocking with me when I dropped the cinema of me, but it just didn't pop, and I was just like, I want to do something else. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It just hit me like all of a sudden, and everybody knows me, knows how much I love being an MC and being a producer, and I'm a lab rat. I be in the studio for hours and hours, you know, without eating, days on end. Girl got to come in and be like, yo, did you eat today? You know what I'm saying? You've been here since 6 in the morning. It's 9 at night. Yeah, you haven't left. I'm a lab rat. That's where I came from. That's what I love. So, but it stopped being fun. I got uninspired, and I just had to try something else. But at that point, I had invested so much time into this industry, into this field, that I felt like I can't just jump into something else. I got to do something else within the field.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And the area of expertise.
Yeah, and so this is what, and K-100 radio is what I decided to try, and it worked. You know what I'm saying? It worked in a way bigger way than I ever anticipated. You know, it was kind of like for fun at first. I was playing with K-100 radio. It was like a little something just to do to pass some time and try to help. You know, then I started playing music, and I started trying to help my homeboys out and give them a little bit of exposure, because I started getting a couple people listening, and then it exploded to where it's at now, and I just didn't see it coming. But I'm definitely feel like I'm thankful for it and blessed, because it's helped my whole grind, and it's helped turn me from just BLIZM to MC into K-100 radio and Chainless Entertainment into a brand, and that's really ultimately what you have to do to win in the game. You feel me? So I'm just happy that it's where it's at right now, man, and I'm happy for the support of people like Vic, because this guy, no matter what he says, Vic is a veteran. He's a radio veteran to me. You know what I'm saying? This show has been around forever. You know what I'm saying? And he showed me love before I even started K-100 radio. I was coming up here doing interviews with my music. So to me, no matter what Vic says, he's the OG to me, regardless. You know what I'm saying? And just because this worked out doesn't negate the fact that Vic has put in a lot of time in 89.3 for just being here and being around this long and showing love to independent artists and the culture of hip hop and the culture of black people, you know, in the community. I'm just appreciative of it. And it's just where it's at right now, man. It's something that I tried and it worked out, but I'm glad it did. I ain't lying. Because I did invest. I had to invest some time and money into this too.
I want to, because we're gonna get to the song.
Yeah.
First of all, you have some great records that I think maybe people don't know about with substance, like Prophecy, like A Woman Not a Child. That's it, right?
Woman Not a Girl.
Woman Not a Girl. Yeah. Daughter's Lullaby.
Daughter's Lullaby, yeah.
I try the songs up, but you know I know what I'm talking about because I play these records.
Right.
And it's actually dope to me. Well, it's dope and not dope. And what I mean by not dope is the fact that you have these records with substance.
Yeah.
And people are always talking about substance, and it be substance out here, but it'll go unnoticed.
Yeah, and that was kind of the frustration with the cinema of me, because I put so much into that project, and I felt like I had so many records on it, but at the time, people still wanted to turn up, and people still wanted to mollywalk, and they still wanted to get lit, and it was just like the music to me was just the people, the culture of hip hop just wasn't conducive to the music that I was making at the time. You feel me? It's not that I didn't want to create any more music, but you know, it just the industry itself, the DJs, you know what I'm saying, the blogs, everybody was just on something other than that. You feel me? And so I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna just fall back and try and do something else, and that's how K-100 Radio came about. Big ups to anybody who's doing that kind of brand of music, who's winning. That's cool, you know what I'm saying, but it wasn't me, and I never been the kind of person, I've never been a follower, you know what I'm saying, I never been the one to conform. So I said, I'm just gonna try something else and try to help myself as a brand and see if I can do that and cross promote it with the music, and maybe it'll help. And then that's what happened with K-100. You know what I'm saying? That's really literally what happened. You know,
so I'm just gonna ask, how many years had you had this in your mind? Because as one who does some things of creativity, I know that when you put your all out into something and it doesn't give you back the reward that you think that it should, it's hard to move forward. But I was at the same point, but you know, like, well, if I get this popping, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
If I get this popping, I'm gonna do that. So how long had it been rolling in your mind that this was gonna be the next move?
Well, I've been going hard, you know, for 20 years with the music industry. It's 2016. I got to Atlanta in 1996, and I came here to do music. So I feel like I've been trying to actively pursue music for 20 years. When I first got here, it took me a minute to get my bearings, learn the city, meet producers, get around. 1998 was when I first started really hitting the studio, dropped my first album in the 99, 2000. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but 20 years I've been going at the goal of just being in the music industry and being successful in the music industry. Now, granted, I've always had a mind frame was I didn't want to just be a rapper, which is why I ended up learning how to produce, which is why I went to school for engineering, audio engineering, you know what I'm saying, which is why I'm an engineer, you know what I'm saying, and I video edit, you know what I'm saying, I've done scores for movies, I've shot documentaries and music videos and directed music videos, so there's a lot that I've done. So I always had my mind that I was never going to just be a rapper, because everybody who I looked up to was more than just a rapper. Right. I looked up to Ice Cube. That was my idol. I was like, Ice Cube jumped over. He started doing Friday. He started doing movies, and he just and he started executive producing. And I was like, those are the guys that I want to. And they did more than rap. You feel me? So the moment I even started being an MC, which was my passion, which is what I love to do, I said I'm going to do more. So I guess the answer to your question, when did I decide? I decided it the day I decided to jump into the music industry that I was going to be more than just an MC. I didn't know exactly what this was going to end up being, where I was going to be, but I knew from the moment that I was going to do more than just rap off top. You feel me? That's why I started diversifying my skill set in off top. I was just an MC for 3 years, literally 3 years of just being an MC and doing shows and just rapping. I ended up buying my first MPC. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And buying my first Triton and sitting in there banging in there and banging away on that joint for hours and hours, teaching myself how to use it. And within a couple of years, I had enrolled myself in the school and college to learn to be an engineer. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And so, you know, I've always had the mind frame of I'm not going to be just the MC. I wanted to be in the music business, in the music industry, and not just a rapper from the day one. So I guess this whole plan and this whole culmination of where I'm at right now, it's been 20 years in the making, I guess you could say. You know what I'm saying? Something like that, yeah.
So for K1 Radio, what do you feel like is, outside of building your brand, what do you feel like is your biggest success has been, as in putting something out there?
By far helping other independent artists be heard. It's not even a close second. It's not even a thought. You know what I'm saying? The biggest success that I've had is to be able to build a platform that has actually helped other artists. To help educate them, to help get them exposure. You feel me?
Right.
That was the win for me. You know what I'm saying? Off top. You know what I mean? It wasn't even about, it was about building my brand and diversifying what I do. But more than anything, it was about helping other people. And I've beyond succeeded my expectations on that. You feel me?
Okay.
So I've already won. I don't even have to make any money. I don't even have to become the biggest internet. I've already won. No one can stop. I've already won. No one can tell me that I won already. There is nothing. There is no BLIZM. You ain't doing this. BLIZM. You ain't on X. Nigga, I already won. Oh, my bad. Excuse me. I already won. You feel me? I already won. You know what I'm saying? So I've already accomplished my ultimate goal of being able to create a real platform to help other artists. All right. And I already done it.
I got to jump in there.
Yeah.
Because see, now we about to open that can that we're gonna need that 3 hours for. Do you ever get caught up in the fact that, okay, you've already won? Like a lot of times, I feel like I've been in this school 14, maybe 15 years. I've lost track. At 10 years, you kind of lose track.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've won. But at times, I feel like that knowing my heart is in what I'm doing, and I love this, and I'm doing this to help people, sometimes I feel like they don't reciprocate in appreciation.
Oh, definitely.
Like, I'm gonna tell you a prime example. I'm gonna tell you prime example.
Definitely, bro.
And I gotta shout my man 00 out, because he is one of the people that, man, if you ever have him on your show or in K-100, he's gonna take a 15-minute segment and make it look like he was there every week for a year. And I love that about him.
Grinder.
But, dude, I want to post this so bad. But I know people gonna feel like I'm on my soapbox.
But no, go ahead. This is where we're at right now.
Because I do this for the dude. I'm from Griffin, Georgia.
Yeah.
Nobody gave me no chance to be on no radio, even though to some people this is a small scale. It's 100,000 watts, 200,000 listeners.
Yeah.
People now listening on mobile devices,
right, in
the bathroom or the stall on the third shift. Like, there's access.
Right.
I watch artists come in, interview. First of all, they're like, "Are you gonna do a flyer?" No. I'm not gonna. Why am I? I have to be at work.
Right.
Whether you come interview or not, I gotta be there.
Yeah.
So my flyer might not include you.
Right.
So that's number one why I'm upset, because I get upset the artists ask me to do a flyer when I feel like they should be promoting themselves.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
Like you promoted you tonight.
Right.
Double O promoted Double O tonight.
But I told.
Let me finish.
They have never learned the art of promotion.
This is what burns
art of
me.
self-promotion.
This is what burns me.
Okay.
So we do this. We do the interviews. RFG is kind of old school. If you've been here, you know. We still I record and burn on this.
Right.
This that no artist ever buy me a spool of, which would be nice, but artists brought me 100 pack.
Hint, hint.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then I take them home. I put them in my old computer. I burn them onto my hard drive, and then I upload them on the SoundCloud.
Right.
And then I send them out into the universe. And then I look on the artist page, and he has pictures of him performing at the open mic, pictures of him with a bottle of Hennessy, pictures of him rolling up, pictures of the new J's he bought.
No post about the interview.
A link of his new song that he recorded after the interview. And I'm just sitting there wondering, like, okay, so did my time mean nothing? Or do you have little respect for what you had to say that you don't want people to hear? Because I'm going to be honest. I think I'm damn good at interviewing.
You are. You're great. I love coming here, Danny.
And
okay.
And I feel like the way artists want me to hear their music, I want them to let their friends hear me interview them.
Right.
Because some of these artists have nothing to say.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Nothing.
Are you? Let me listen. Okay.
So am I wrong? I'm in my feelings about this, dog.
Let me just say this, Vic.
I don't get a retweet. Nothing.
And it's not even just you. Let's just be clear. You know, anybody watching on Facebook Live, shout out to everybody checking me out on Facebook Live right now, and everybody checking us out on the air. It's not just you. There's a general unappreciation, you know, for a lot of things in life in general. And then when it comes to artists, when we talk about the music industry, I had to get accustomed to it myself, because once I became a platform, once I went from being an artist and being just a producer, and I became the owner of a platform and a curator of music and hip hop, I had to really, really eat a lot of what you're saying right now in the very beginning. Now this platform should definitely get the utmost respect. Anybody sitting on the FM station with 100,000 watts in a P1 market like Atlanta, Georgia, I don't care if it's 3 o'clock in the morning or it's 3 in the afternoon. It's gonna be more people listening to this right here, right now, than I can do on K-100 radio in a day. You feel what I'm saying? It's an FM station in a P1 market with 100,000 watts. That's how it's more people listening right now, just period, point blank. Not even mentioning your tune in or whatever. So artists should definitely 100% be appreciative of this. And I know for a fact,
Should be.
and I know they're not, because they're not appreciative of what we do at K-100 radio. So I deal with the same exact thing.
Does it bother you?
Yes, and I cut them off. So that's all you got to do. That was real. I said all of that just to get to Vic. Just cut them off, Vic. Just, when you see it's like that, when you see it's one of those kind of artists that really ain't rocking with you like that or whatever, you cut them off.
But the damage is done.
Not really, because
I feel like
let me tell you why I disagree with that. Because I'm gonna share my content regardless, right? And you're gonna share your content regardless. It doesn't. If these artists can't appreciate it or whatever, you're still sharing the content, and it's still getting shared amongst your network, and your grind is still being shown in your network. Yes, they should be pushing it, and yes, they should do that. But if they don't, that's cool. You just know you're never gonna ever have to deal with them ever again. You just X'd out. A problem or issue with somebody that you ain't got to worry about 5 years from now. Because 5 years from now, when they come back around, you already know you're going to chunk them to deuces, because you already know I ain't got time for that. They may have changed, maybe not, but they definitely going to have to prove it. They're going to have to prove it to me. They should have to prove it to you. You gave them that one shot. They didn't follow suit. They didn't follow protocol. It's cool. 5, 6 years from now, when they got a record they're really trying to break, or 2 years from now, when they feel like they really on and popping, and they trying to come through and do the circuit again, ain't nothing, homie. You feel me? So you just kind of... Sometimes you get the artists that get it, and sometimes you get the artists that don't. It comes with this territory. I've learned it already. I just had to accept it. You're going to have some artists who get it, and you're going to have some that don't. You feel what I'm saying? And it's just nothing you can do about it. It's like Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're going to hit the 7, sometimes you're not. You feel me? And sometimes they're going to... But I had to... The first year I was taking it personally. And then I was like, you know what?
See, that's what I'm feeling.
You know what I'm saying?
Have
You know,
I been
at
doing
first
this too long not to take it personal?
Yeah, I think so at this point.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I mean,
I think so at this point. You should let it go. And but I feel you, because this platform is much bigger and it's an FM station. You feel me? You could change the culling process about who you want to rock with. You feel me? But at the same time, if they don't show you that appreciation or whatever, it's cool. You just cut off a bridge and a street and a path you don't have to worry about walking down 3 years from now, because you already remember what it was back then. So you can go ahead when they try to hit you up again the next time, like they be trying to hit me up about sending me a new song or record, and you know we did an interview and you really didn't promote it or whatever. I'm just like, yeah, hit that PayPal, homie. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm chunking them the deuces, because I've already been here with you, homie. You know what I'm saying? And the ones who I know that show me that love and that respect for the platform back, I show them extra love. You feel me? Extra love. You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel like a lot of artists in what we do, they view it like it's not a business?
Yes. Because I felt like that at first. Because I was one of those, I'm doing it for the culture rappers who felt like you should show me love because I'm the hottest out. Remember back in the day?
That entitlement.
You remember I was like
made
that?
a record.
I felt like I was that nice.
I don't
You
feel
remember
like
that?
you. No, I feel like
I was a grinder. I was a grinder. I ain't never asked you for nothing, and I came and I put my work in. But I remember having the attitude of you should spend it because it's hot. I remember having that attitude as an artist. I had that. I had that at one point. I remember that. I got out of it. It didn't take me to do K-100 radio to get out of it. I really realized it around about my third project. I was like, you know what? That's not a good attitude. And I talked to a couple of DJs and a couple of people who mentored me and took me out of that mind frame. But my first two albums, I was like, who's spitting better than me? Really though, that you know. And I felt like I was that dude. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how I feel. I'm a little arrogant when it comes to the bars. I am. I'm like that. Still like that a little bit, honestly. You know what I'm saying? So I used to feel like that. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? You feel me? I used to feel like that. So I was like, hey. You know, but then I had to really quickly get out of it. And once I became a platform, and I started being the person you give the music to, bruh. Shout out to my DJs, shout out to the program directors, shout out to the music directors, shout out to everybody that breaks records and gets their email. You get hundreds of emails a week, and you try to call through. You're going through DJ record pools, you feel me? You're going to music conferences, you're getting spammed in your inbox, you're trying to look out for your people that you've been rocking with. Shout out to everybody who's doing all that. I feel your pain. I'm doing it right now, every day. You feel what I'm saying? And people don't even know until you sit in that position.
Right. It's a whole new ball game.
You don't even know.
You change chairs.
Everybody think this email is the only email you got today.
Mm-hmm. You know what?
I got 100 emails today, homie.
I have a problem with artists. Like, to me, especially, and I don't know, I think it's I'm probably too old for it.
Yeah.
But see, when you get older, I think some of that stuff starts, you know how the bitter old woman, the bitter old man.
Yeah, it gets it in.
Yeah, like some stuff to me, like sending me bland emails with just an MP3.
Right.
Like, for real? Like, I don't know who you are. You know, it might have came from Mama Madison. And then there's an MP3 with no song title. Like, what I got 100 emails today.
Yeah.
And this might have been the hottest song of the 100, but because you didn't properly do it.
Right. It's just like, but you can't, because don't get me wrong, I show a couple of looks to people that I'm really close with. You feel me? They're of course, everybody's got their friends and everything who can directly hit me up, and I'll take the call. But it's beyond just music. We've developed a friendship over the course of our relationship in the industry. But at the end of the day, I think people just have to understand that the people who have the platforms are inundated with music all the time. You feel me? That's why what's crazy to me is, like, I have something like Ill or Kill. You feel what I'm saying? And I have this. I set aside this time every week to say, listen, no matter what, I'm gonna listen to these records for 2 hours, and there's nothing gonna get in between me doing it every week. You feel what I'm saying? And you'll still have people who feel like they don't want to do that. You feel what I'm saying? Or they want to do this, that, and the other. But I'm like, bro, I've dedicated a way to prove that I'm listening to some random. This is not record pools, because see, the difference with record pools, when I'm picking music out record pools, what I like about record pools, whether it be MP3 Wags, whether it be Vertigo, shout out to all these guys.
Shout out to Vertigo, I love them.
Vertigo, ATL Top 20, big ups to Fleet DJs record pool. You feel me? I like the one that Flex has. I rock with them. You know what I'm saying? I like that one a lot because he has a lot of the current stuff the big stars give him. So if you want the major music that's always going to be on that franchise is going to always pretty much have that brand new Drake, that new for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the thing about those is it costs to get on those platforms, so the culling process is already in play. You feel me? You can't just they're not going to just put anything on their site. So the BS, but the culling process has already been taken care of. Whereas something like Ill or Kill, it's the Wild Wild West. You got cats sending me stuff that sound like they recorded on their cell phone in their bathroom. You feel what I'm saying? Right?
Yeah.
And I have to, but I still
give it a chance.
Right, but I've still set a set of time aside every week that said I'm gonna dedicate if I can. If I miss it, it's because we got something going on. Then I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do it live so everybody can see me do it. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
To kill the notion that people like me don't really listen to unsolicited music. You gotta go through all this extra hoopla, which putting your music in the record pool shouldn't be hoopla. That's standard operating procedure.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? If I see your record in Vertigo, ATL Top 20, DJ Service Pack, MP3 Wax, and Franchise, probably gonna take you a little bit more seriously. Because at that point, even if I don't charge you anything, you've had to spend a couple $100s to get your music heard.
Right.
I think you're probably serious.
So do you
might click play on that?
Do you respect the artists that you see investing in themselves?
I invested over $100,000 in my career. I don't expect nothing less. I don't respect no artist who's scared to spend money. I'm not rocking with you. I've spent $100,000 on BLIZM, not K-100 radio. BLIZM. Don't come to me crying about money, homie. I'm not the one. You can miss me with it, and it's free to send stuff to K-100 radio. Ill or Kill is free.
There you go.
But what I charge for, and I'm not negotiating with you about it. And we're not talking about it.
That's it.
No, I'm not.
The price is the price.
It is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? Because I spent $100,000 in my career. That's nothing, because one radio campaign for one single is $100,000. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The real FM campaign, if you want to get one record out, that pales in comparison to what a label would spend. You feel me? But it's my money that I worked and hustled for. You feel me? Right. I've dropped that kind of money on my career. So with cats coming up to me complaining about a $30 interview, cool. I got 2 fingers for them. Yeah.
So do you have people complain about that?
I have people feel like it's not worth it, and I'm like, okay, if you feel like it's not worth it, why you even? If you feel like it's not, you'll tell me it's not worth $30 to do one of my interview packages, but at the same time, you'll send me your music free on Ill or Kill. So obviously, you respect the platform. You want to be on the platform, but you don't want to spend the $30 to take it a little bit extra. Cool. I don't care if you get killed. Ha ha. Next. Gunshots. Doesn't matter to me. Everybody listening to me on K-100 Radio right now, everybody checking me out on Facebook, is getting a real in-depth interview right now about the whole situation, how I feel about it. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I'm an artist and a producer. I've invested in myself. I invested in this brand. So don't come to me on the handout stuff, because you're not talking to somebody who's never invested.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? I've invested already in myself. I don't expect nothing less from you, homie. You feel what I'm saying?
And that's what.
And so if you come to me on the free skis, I'm not really feeling you like that.
And the funny thing, I have that issue here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not charging nobody for no interview.
Yeah.
But WRFG, 100,000 watts.
Right.
100,000 listens.
If you did.
But my thing is this. I'm like, bro, when I say, look, we work on pledges.
Right.
That do not go to me.
Right.
They go to this board.
Right.
This electricity.
Yeah.
This platform. And when artists like, man, it's 3 a.m, who's listening?
Listen, that's why people that's why people like you, it actually aggravates me more that someone wouldn't respect this particular platform. You know what I'm saying? It aggravates me more when someone would take this platform for granted more than K-100 Radio. You feel what I'm saying? Because this platform is more powerful. You know what I'm saying? And you have done so, and you had it going so long. Like when I meet people and they're not respecting this particular platform, I'm automatically kind of tuned out and turned off from them. You feel what I'm saying? Because I understand what this platform is, and I understand that there is. You can't just do this at 94.5.
No.
You can't do it at 107.9. You can't do it at 103. You can't do it
anywhere.
at no other FM station in the P1 market that I know of.
You can do it anywhere.
Not in the P1 market. P2 maybe P3. Probably, yeah. Not a P1. Not Atlanta. Not Chicago. Not New York. Not LA. This is Atlanta.
But most people don't even know what P1 means.
Right. The most artists.
I understand. Listen. Hey. You know what I'm saying? That's not my fault. I understand that I know. You feel me? Understand that I know what's going on, which is why I'm tremendously appreciative of the platform, because I know exactly how many people listen to this. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, people think, like a lot of artists.
Yeah.
I don't take phone calls during interviews. The reason being because
right.
The one thing I learned in building this for 14 years, I have people listening to 70.
Mm-hmm.
People who like whatever Vic is to them.
Right.
I have people tell me all the time, look, we turn the show off when you start playing music.
Right.
We be waiting to hear you talk again.
Right.
So or people call in during the interview and like, man, Vic did it, and I'm like, bruh, I got say what's up to BLIZM, you know.
Yeah.
And so I just stopped taking calls during interviews, and then that make artists feel like, well, ain't nobody listening.
that's well, the beauty of interviewing somebody like this interview right here is we both do the same thing. You feel me, on different formats. So those are the kind of things you just don't have to worry about. You know what I'm saying? This is one of those interviews that you kind of just, you understand that I get everything and I know what's going on and I know what's what. You know what I'm saying? So, but I can understand your frustration when you're dealing with someone who is clueless to it all. You feel what I'm saying? Now,
there's no education, man.
I can understand, and they're not really concerned with it. On top of that, and there's a lot of people who just don't want to be educated on the actual business. They just want to be stars. They want to pop bottles in the VIP. You know what I'm saying? Like rappers come up to me, and they talking about. I say, well, we charge 30. You know, come out to my mixtape release. Well, we charge $250 to come out and do a live broadcast, homie. Blah blah blah. Hey, $250. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying. But you got gold on. You got rims in your car. You got Gucci on. You smelling like Loud. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You having this listening party at a big studio over there on the north side. But you want me to come for free? Are you completely retarded, bro? You know what I'm saying? Why would I do that? You feel me? Have you ever seen what we do? Yeah, I know, because that's why you asked me, because you want me to come, because you see me somewhere else and you thought that was a great look, right? You thought that was dope. You thought that was free? No. And so everybody has to look at it like that right there at some particular point. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of things that has happened in the music industry where people start getting too crazy. You got things with money involved like payola. They kind of help ruin the business at the end of the day because money started taking precedent over quality. And here we are now with urban music, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Where it's in a bad state as far as just people that buy music. You know, it's still popular, but people don't want to buy it. And that was a direct result of people putting money before quality. You know what I'm saying? And so it had its downfalls, but everything can't be free. You feel what I'm saying? And you should show love to the platforms and the people who have put out great things to help independent artists. And when people don't understand it, I don't get mad. I just keep it moving. It's that simple. You know what I mean?
All right. I gotta wrap it up, man. Cause
you
know, me and you need 3 hours. We need 3 hours.
Yeah.
This Salt and Pepper record. Actually, the first record I started playing by you because you're working on a compilation now.
Yeah,
right?
that was Prophecy. The first song.
No. That Prophecy is just my all-time favorite.
But
BLIZM
I love.
song.
But Prophecy is one of my records. And it's funny because you're playing 2 records that I produced, and so many people don't understand that I'm a producer too. On top of it, you know what I'm saying? So you play Prophecy first, which is a record that I produced, and you about to play Salt and Pepper, which is a record that I produced myself. And Prophecy is just one of those records where, you know, it's just, I was really digging in my bag about just current situations at the time. You feel me?
Right.
You know, Prophecy is a little bit dated. It's about 2.5, almost maybe 3 years old. But if you listen to the bars, they had a lot of stuff that was going on currently at the time. You feel me? In society that I put in the song. But I love those kind of records for me because those are really the records that I actually love. And I do make songs that I feel like are going to work in the industry, but I don't really like them like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I be making them and I be crafting them with DJs in mind, and I really don't even like those records, but I make them because just in case you guys need this and you feel like maybe if I play this for you, you'll listen to the rest of it kind of situation. But I really don't like it, and I honestly be praying that that's not the one song that actually take off from me one day. Like I'm like, please don't let this be the one record that everybody recognizes me for, because then I'm stuck. You know what I'm saying?
Stuck for life.
But yeah, I appreciate you playing Prophecy, man, because Prophecy is a record that I really, really was proud of when I dropped it. You know what I'm saying? Because of what I was saying in the lyrics. I'm big on that.
Now the first record off the compilation is the record we've been playing here. What was it?
The Expansion.
Yeah.
So I'm doing a compilation project, and I'm kind of getting my DJ Khaled on with this, but I'm releasing music because the problem that I incurred is because I've been doing K-100 radio solid hard for 5 years, and I haven't released any music for 4.5, almost 5 years since the Cinema of Me. I take that back, because I released songs like Prophecy and stuff like that in little spurts, like one song every now and again for other projects. That was involved with another project, and they wanted a song from me, so I did Prophecy to place on that project, and then I went on ahead to put it out on my social media too, because I liked the record on top of that, and it was my song. I can do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but the problem was I hadn't had a real push as an artist or anything like that, or producer in 5 years, because K-100 radio took up so much of my time and energy. So in the 5 years that K-100 Radio has popped, it's so many people that met me as BLIZM, the program director of K-100 Radio.
They don't recognize you as
They don't recognize me as the artist. You know what I'm saying? So I released the expansion and Salt and Pepper just to remind you that the broadcast, no, not even that.
This is where it started. This is the foundation.
This is music. We are artists. My DJs, a lot of my DJs are producers. 2 of my DJs are actually artists themselves on K-100 Radio. We're family. My production assistant, JC Rocker, she's an artist. I met her at the bar exam on stage. You know what I'm saying? The K-100 Radio has a family of artists that are doing other things that have come together to help build K-100 Radio, whether it be DJing, whether you're doing a show host or whatever, but it's a whole bunch of artists that's on K-100 Radio. So I had to just remind everybody, you feel me, that this didn't start as radio. It started as a love for music. You feel me? And I had to reintroduce myself as an artist again real quick and say, hey, before you start saying, who is this guy to do a compilation? This is why I've got 2 other compilations under my belt. You need to research what I've done. You feel me? I just had to reintroduce myself as an artist because in the past 5 years, so many people met me as the program director for K-100 Radio. Bruh, you wouldn't even believe how many people who's met me and said, wait a minute, you rap in the past? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When I dropped Salt and Pepper, because even with expansion, I dropped it, but I didn't push it like I did Salt and Pepper. I didn't actually distribute it digitally like I did Salt and Pepper. Salt and Pepper's on Pandora, Spotify, iTunes. I didn't do any of that with any of the songs. Prophecy, any of that. I just released them for whatever intent they was. But this, I said, I need to put a record out. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And I did an email blast, which I really didn't do with all the other records. You know what I'm saying? I did an email blast, and I did all this extra promotion. And
promotion, yeah.
It was so many people that was like, bro, I didn't even know you rap. And I felt like, I felt like I dropped the ball. You feel me? I felt like I took my eye way off, way too off, even though I needed to focus on K-100 Radio to make it grow into what it is. But it's too many people that don't realize where this all started. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's why I dropped the Salt and Pepper record and I did it vintage BLIZM. I didn't want to do it with current, what you feel like you might hear. I did it vintage, but in the project itself, the compilation, it's kind of going to be a mix of a couple of songs with my staff and other people, MCs that we got within the family and other MCs, you feel me? And producers that we're working with that we've met at all these producer battles. Shout out to Jeff Blackwell with Beat Royale and I Beat Daily, Rachel, all these producers, great producers that we've met over the course of being a platform that have shown love. We're trying to pick some of these great producers together with some of these great indies that we know and give you something special. You feel me? So it's gonna end up sounding like a project by Khaled where I'm not really on it as much as you think. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, besides expansion and Salt and Pepper, I'm probably not gonna have anything else on it. But I just dropped those records to reintroduce everybody to the music side of me. That's what it was for.
All right, concept behind the record real quick before we get into
Salt and Pepper. Big ups to Jabron. I gotta shout out Jabron, man. Jabron came through and did his thing. Jabron is a very dope artist. Check him out at Jabron Music on social media or just Google Jabron on YouTube. He's got great music out, great videos. But Salt and Pepper is basically what you see. You can't really see it if you're looking at me on Facebook Live, or you can't see me right now. I'm at the age where I got gray hairs in my chin. You feel me? So you know when you're growing up, people say you got a Salt and Pepper chin. That's basically, you know, at this point as an MC, I didn't feel like I was comfortable rapping about the strip club, rapping about a whole bunch of stuff that I did in my younger days. I'm from the hood. Everybody knows that. I'm from a small town. I can't lie about my background like a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? I'm from a city that's so small that if I lie, I'm gonna get called out on social media. So I don't make my life up. My life is really me. So, but right now I'm at the age.
You talk about grown folks.
Yeah, I'm talking about grown folks stuff, and that's what I'm talking about in the song. And Salt and Pepper is basically, if you hear Jabron in the hook, he's talking about salt and pepper on my chin. From a life of sin, I feel like I'm a little bit too young to be going gray, but I've had a long, stressful life. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what the name of the record is, Salt and Pepper, and that's what concept is.
All right.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, sir. I definitely want you back in December.
Cool.
We're doing the Grinder of the Year Awards right here on air.
You doing the awards?
Yeah. Grinder of the Year Awards.
I'm there, bro. You know.
What made you?
I gotta ask you. What made you do an award?
The Grinder of the Year. I'm gonna be honest. I met this gentleman, Double O.
Okay.
And
that's what it was, Double O.
But
big ups to Double O.
And the funny thing, Double O, it's just a very unique situation because actually I didn't remember the situation until he posted a text message that he sent me in 2011 online. It actually embarrassed me a little bit because it shows how people text me and I don't respond. And I was like, man, I'm really a a-hole. But then I thought, but I tell people all the time, like people don't really realize like how much I really work.
Yeah.
Like if you know me, then you know like I be getting it in. You know, I tell people all the time, I got 5 kids in college.
Yeah.
And you know, that ain't free.
Right.
None of them dunk, hit home runs, or score touchdowns.
Yeah.
So I got to do something. So, but in meeting him and watching how he just is on it,
Right.
and he had the